Saving money always sounds simple until you actually try to do it. One moment your paycheck lands in your account, and the next, it is gone. Your expenses grow legs and run away with your hard-earned cash before you can even think about your future. It feels like pulling off a bank heist just to save a few dollars at the end of the month. But here is the truth that the banking system does not want you to know. It is not that you are bad with money. It is that no one ever showed you how to use the modern financial system against itself. When you apply the right strategies backed by behavioral psychology and smart automation, saving your first $10,000 stops being a dream. It starts to feel almost illegal because of how fast it happens. If you have ever struggled to build a safety net, if you are tired of feeling broke, or if you just want to finally feel in control of your life, you are in the right place. I am about to walk you through 7 unfair strategies to save money so fast that your friends will think you are doing something shady. Let us dive in. Strategy number 1 is the $10,000 illusion trap. Saving money feels hard because your brain cannot process big, distant numbers. When you look at a goal like $10,000, it feels like a mountain that is too steep to climb. Your brain checks out before you even take the first step. Here is the trick to hacking your own psychology. Stop focusing on the $10,000. Instead, break it down into a number that your brain can actually handle. $10,000 a year is just $833 a month. Even better, that is only $27 a day. Now ask yourself a simple question. Could you find a way to save $27 today? Maybe you eat at home instead of ordering takeout. Maybe you skip the fancy $6 coffee and cancel that random subscription you forgot about. These small wins are what actually build momentum. The goal is not to change your entire lifestyle overnight. The goal is to stack tiny wins every single day. When you reframe each $27 saved as another step closer to your goal, the process stops feeling like a sacrifice. It starts feeling like a series of small successes. Strategy number 2 is to lock your wallet with a Ulysses Pact. If you have ever promised yourself you would not spend money and then somehow did it anyway, you are not alone. It is not about being weak-willed. It is about being human. A Ulysses Pact is a strategy backed by behavioral science to protect your future self from your present impulses. In simple terms, you make it physically harder for yourself to spend money on purpose. If you tend to overspend on online shopping apps, delete them from your phone immediately. Force yourself to log in through a computer every single time. Use browser extensions that block shopping sites during the hours when you are most tired or bored. Some people even go as far as freezing their credit card in a block of ice. Literally, if it takes 3 hours to thaw your card before a purchase, the emotional urge to buy will usually disappear. You can also give a trusted friend or family member a signed check for $50 and tell them they can cash it if you break your spending rule. That is external pressure with real financial consequences. Saving money is not just about self-control. It is about setting traps for your worst impulses. Strategy number 3 is to automate like a lazy genius. The truth is, you do not need more willpower to save money. You need to make fewer decisions. Most people fail to save because they are overwhelmed by life. After a long day of work, managing bills, and handling family, the last thing your brain wants to do is manually move money into a savings account. So you don't do it, and then you feel guilty later. This is why automation is a total game changer. You are building a system that does the hard work for you while you sleep. The idea is to remove yourself from the process entirely. Every time your paycheck lands, have your bank automatically split it into different buckets. One for your essential bills, one for your daily spending, and most importantly, one for your savings. Set up a weekly transfer of $75 from your checking account to a high-yield savings account. You will not miss the money because you will forget it was ever there. Many banking apps can even round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and save the difference. If you buy a coffee for $3.50, the app rounds it to $4 and saves the extra 50 cents. It sounds small, but these tiny amounts stack up incredibly fast. Make saving the default setting of your life, not the exception. Strategy number 4 is the 30-day dopamine delay. Spending money is often more about chemistry than logic. When you see something you want, your brain floods with dopamine. This is the feel-good chemical that makes you crave the item and click the Buy Now button. But here is the catch that retailers do not want you to know. Most of that dopamine is released before you even make the purchase. It is the anticipation of the item, not the item itself, that makes you feel high. This is exactly why we fall into the trap of impulse spending. You can flip the script with the 30-day rule. Whenever you feel that itch to buy something new, do not pull out your wallet. Instead, open a note on your phone and create a list called Not Now, but Later. Write the item down and set a reminder for 30 days from today. During those 30 days, the urgency will fade. The emotional high will drop off. Most of the time, you will realize you did not need it at all. This one change helps you break the emotional loop of consumerism. Over the course of a year, this simple delay can save you thousands of dollars that would have been gone in minutes. Strategy number 5 is to master the one-for-one rule. Sometimes you actually need to spend money. Your shoes might be falling apart, or your laptop might finally die. Life happens, and we must be realistic. But here is where most people slip up. They buy something new and still keep the old one. Or they buy duplicates that just collect dust. The one-for-one rule is simple. Every time you buy something new, you must commit to removing one similar thing from your life. One item in, one item out. If you need a new pair of jeans, you must donate or sell an old pair. This rule trains your brain to be intentional with every single purchase. It forces you to ask if you are solving a real problem or just filling an emotional gap. Try to buy high-quality items second-hand first. Thrift stores and online marketplaces often have gems for a fraction of the original price. Stick to this rule, and your bank account will feel as light as your living space. Strategy number 6 is to build a personal money map. Most people try to save by just winging it. They have no plan and no clarity, just vibes. A money map changes everything. Divide your income into 4 simple zones. Zone 1 is capital, which is your total take-home pay. Zone 2 is core needs, like your rent, groceries, and essential bills. Zone 3 is choices, which includes things you want but do not need, like eating out. Zone 4 is the compound zone, which is your wealth builder. This is where your savings and investments live. Once you map this out, you will start spotting dangerous patterns. Maybe you are spending way more in the choices zone than you realized. A money map does not need to be complex. You can sketch it on a piece of paper in 5 minutes. What matters is knowing exactly what percentage of your money goes where. When your money has a clear direction, you finally have total control. Strategy number 7 is to audit your life every 90 days. If you want to save money fast, you must stop flying blind. Every 3 months, sit down for 1 hour and do a quick checkup on your finances. Pull up your last 3 months of bank statements and look for leaks. Look for unused subscriptions, duplicate charges, or random fees you forgot about. One study found that most people think they spend $80 a month on subscriptions, but they actually spend over $200. That is more than $1,300 a year that is quietly disappearing. Use this audit to cancel the junk and negotiate your recurring bills. Every dollar you recover is another dollar toward your $10,000 goal. This is not about being perfect. It is about staying in the driver's seat of your financial life. If you have listened this far, you are already ahead of 90% of the population. Saving $10,000 might sound overwhelming at first, but now you have the blueprint. You have seen the science, the strategies, and the psychology behind what actually works. Remember, consistency beats perfection every single time. Small changes done smartly will stack up faster than you can imagine. Pick just one of these 7 strategies and apply it today. Do not wait for tomorrow or next Monday. Momentum starts with a single movement. You have the power to change your financial future. It is time to use the system to your advantage and build the life you deserve. You have got this.